Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am JJW. This is rumble.com/JJW, or it's on YouTube, or there's some other things up there. And this is our morning news show. We wake up early before the kids get up, and we drink warm, hot coffee. Mm. And it's a delicious Mexican chocolate blend. And we talk about the news, and we find out what's up with Deacon. And right now, I just got to let Deacon know that we're doing the show. And we see what's happening in the world. Let him know. He'll show up here in a second. Well, I don't know if there's going to be a show the rest of this week, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. But I'm about Christmas is now over. Today is January 27th, and Christmas is over. But I'm gonna start traveling today. So for the last week or so, I've been hanging out with my wife and my kids in our house, and we've done Christmas ourselves, and we did all kinds of fun stuff. I'm sure I'll talk about in a little bit. And now it's time to go see family. After Christmas, after everybody else has already traveled or is in the middle of traveling, we're going to start. And, ooh, early. And I just don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if we're going to end up being available to do the show this week. So we'll find out. Let me see. Let's see if Deke. He's probably doing work. So, a lot of stuff happening in the news over the break, more than I expected. I honestly thought we wouldn't be doing much of a show because there wouldn't be very much to talk about. But turns out Twitter Files 9 dropped. But I've been more focused, and I hope you have too. I hope you've been more focused on your family and your kids and your life than whatever is going on in the world, because you really can't do very much about any of that. Okay, so I saw this story, I think yesterday, and I was incensed. Incensed. This is from the Post Millennial. National Guard informs troops their last paycheck before Christmas will be late as the Biden administration sends billions of dollars to Ukraine. The National Guard Bureau is currently working out the issue with the DFAS. We hope this issue to be rectified today or tomorrow. This was initially posted on December 23rd, on Christmas Eve's Eve, I believe that was. Check the date. Yeah, no, it would have been on Friday. This would have been on Friday, the day before Christmas Eve. So, as you know, I'm sure as you are aware, $45 billion was allocated to. No, that's not where I belong. Where do I belong? Over here. $45 billion was allocated to Ukraine out of our $1.7 trillion spending bill that we shouldn't have passed. We have a lame duck Congress that is having a big shift in power, and they just pushed through spending, spending, spending. Our national debt is approaching $32 trillion. And for some reason, we're pumping billions of dollars into Ukraine, which I still don't really understand. I mean, I'm sad that Ukraine got invaded by Russia, but Ukraine's not our neighbor. Ukraine is way over on the other side of the world. And we are meddling in world affairs, meddling, um, and to our own detriment. And not only to our own detriment, this opportunity is being used. I think this opportunity is being used to launder money, to wash money through Ukraine. They sent it to FTX. FTX sent it to Democratic and Republican candidates running for the establishment, and got reelected. And FTX collapsed so that the you know trail of dollars could be swept away. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm just very tired, and we just don't know. But I don't want to be killing Russians. I really nothing personally against Russians. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, other than they want some land, or Putin wants land. Maybe, I don't know. That excuse of Nazi stuff is like, come on, Azov Battalion. They started an entire war between Russia and Ukraine over Azov Battalion. No, that's bull. That's baloney. So this is about oil, or this is about territory, or this is about, I don't know what. But I don't know why we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. But why is Ukraine a higher priority than our own National Guard? They just couldn't get the checks cut in time. This is absolutely retarded. This is a letter from a member sent. Hello, gents. Began a letter sent to members of the National Guard attained by the post millennial. If you have been tracking the pay issue that has been plaguing the unit and division as well. Reports came in from Pennsylvania, Georgia, and South Carolina from troops angered and upset that the pay hadn't come through. Here's what we know. The issue is nationwide. The issue seems to be at DFAS and is related to CR. That's a continuing resolution. National Guard was not made aware of the issue or decision prior to today. Is currently working the issues with the DFAS. We hope the issue will be rectified today or tomorrow. And it was 2 days before Christmas. That was sent by the brigade command sergeant major. Anyway, maybe they got paid. I hope they got paid. I don't want Ukraine to be placed in a higher priority than our own soldiers. And I realize this is related to the spending bill, but this is what happens when you pack everything together into a giant omnibus and you don't let any representatives offer any amendments. You don't let them do lawmaking piecemeal. I mean, laws should be made one law at a time. We should not be doing these giant omnibus things. The only reason they're doing it this way is because that's the way that they can get everything in their agenda packed together. And Deacon, I see you showed up, and I say showed up. I showed up late. Deacon, I see you there. If you want to jump in, you jump in when you want to. Let's see if I can get his attention. Hey, Deacon, what's up? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Good morning.
What's up?
Well, I'm tired.
See that?
Christmas is killing me, dude.
Why is that?
Uh, I got I got two little wonderful, beautiful little girls that uh, it's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, on more than one occasion, it went from happy to screaming to happy again, with like seconds in between the transition. There was like screaming and then like I don't know, a deep breath or something, and then it was like giggling and laughing, and I'm like, you are raising my blood pressure with all this screaming, and then you're just gonna turn it off and be okay, and then I'm I can't ratchet that fast. I can't adjust that fast, kid. And then it would go the other way. It'd be like ha ha ha, and then not listening, and then screaming, and my relief valves don't work that fast anymore.
That's funny. I'm
So
so glad that mine are old enough to be self sufficient.
mhm. It's going to be a big deal when they can just wash their own hair, and I can just be like, just go wash your hair, and like
Mhm.
I don't care how long you're in there, just, just
Yeah,
go
it,
wash your
it
own
was.
hair.
I remember when Ashley was like, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she basically was like, Deacon and Maggie are old enough to start the shower by themselves. They know where the towels are. They know where the shampoo and everything. They can do it by themselves. They're old enough. And I had to realize as a dad, I was like, oh yeah, they are old enough. I don't need to be okay, here's the towel and be sure and wash your butt and scrub your face and how you do. So yeah, now they're all self-sufficient and it's like Maggie's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. It's like, all right. Leave,
Bye.
leave your fan on when you get
Well,
done.
my girl's got this real thick curly hair, and
Yeah.
so like twice a week I have to like put conditioner like
Yeah.
and then like comb it through, and like it's an arduous process. I don't know. I don't know, but I would be happy when that's not my job.
Yeah. So Maggie come out of the shower last night or the night before. I don't remember which one it was, but she walked in there to Ashley and was like, "Can you brush the back of my hair, the tangles and stuff?" And Miss Ashley got up and she was brushing her hair, and I looked over at her and I was like, "Hey, Mags, I can. I never have them tangle problems for myself." And she goes, "I'm not shaving my head, Dad." She already knew my joke. She knew my joke was coming. She's like, "I'm not shaving
I
my head."
gotta.
It's like, I never have hair tangle problems,
did the did the
personally.
eye did the eyes roll in her head
Mm,
like
yeah, all my kids know my sense of humor and they know my jokes now, which is exactly how I
oh
wanted it
yeah,
to turn out in
perfect.
the first place. Yeah, it was perfect.
You know exactly what's coming, and it's coming
So
anyway.
so I have certain things that I say that if I don't get an eye roll from my daughter and a look like, "Oh, geez, you're so stupid." If I don't get that look, I failed. I failed.
Yeah,
So
right.
I don't wanna laugh. I want the "you're the stupidest person alive" look is what I
Yeah,
want. That's the look. That's the reaction I'm hoping for.
yeah. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe you said that. I mean, I
Mm,
believe you said that,
yeah,
but
yeah, I
I
believe
can't
you
believe
said
it.
that, but Lord.
Why did you? I know
Yeah,
you chose to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So how was Christmas
It was
after
good.
the bomb cyclone?
Yeah, it was good. And we had a lot of nasty weather, but we had to cancel some Christmases and whatnot. But yeah, it was good.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I didn't have to drive very far, so it didn't matter to me. I got to see some people that I only see once a year, which
Mhm.
it's really no skin off my teeth. It's
Mhm.
nice to see them, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll catch
The
up.
relatives,
We'll
yeah.
catch up. Yeah.
Hi, how you
Mhm.
doing? Same thing. It's great. All right, let's eat some shitty pizza and let's go. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
the one thing they were like, "We're not gonna do potluck this year. We're just gonna get some pizza." And so I told
Right.
Ashley, I was like, "Oh, yum. We either have disgusting Domino's or disgusting Little Caesars, and I can't wait to eat those 2 wonderful pieces of pizza."
Oh,
The nastiest shit that shouldn't even be called pizza. It should be called Domino's pizza and Little Caesars pizza. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's not pizza.
Li- the Little Caesars isn't.
Yes, it is. You haven't
It's not that
eaten
great.
you only eat Little
No,
Caesars every once in a while. Look,
$5 five. You get a $5 pizza that's
get
waiting
what
on
you
you.
pay for.
Yeah,
Getting what you
I mean
pay
it's
for,
not
man. You
great.
want a $5 pizza, you're gonna get a piece of cardboard with some
You
cheese
know
and pepperonis on it.
what we do sometimes is we were doing for a couple weeks there, several weeks. We were getting a piece of flatbread, like a it was like this big,
Mhm,
thick flatbread.
mhm.
And we were just like making our own pizzas, and we'd put it in the oven for like 10 minutes, and it would kind of like crust up a
Yeah,
little bit. And
yeah,
then cheese and sauce and,
yeah,
pineapples or barbecue
yeah.
or whatever was we were doing. So we were doing those. Those are pretty good.
The hippies used to make those at the fish shows, little flatbread
Really.
pepperoni pizzas. Yeah, you could stand in line and get one for like $5,
Uh,
and the hippies would be making them in the back of their car and stuff. Those are
in the
good. I
back of their
always liked.
car.
Yeah, yeah. A grilled cheese sandwich at the
God.
back from the back of a hippie's car is the best thing you'll ever eat. No, I used to take you know how you can get the dough, the pizza dough in the packs at Walmart. You get a couple of packs and make the pizza dough and make it up like it says, and then put a
Yeah.
lid on it and then put it in the microwave. And don't turn on the microwave, just put it in the microwave and let it sit for about 30, 35, 40 minutes or whatnot and let the dough rise. And once
Uh
that
huh.
dough rises a little bit, you don't have to let it set forever, but yeah, let it set for a while. You know, it has to set for at least like 45 minutes. And once that dough rises a little bit, oh, it makes the best crust. It makes the best crust. That's the difference. Is you got to let the dough rise. You got to let it do its thing, man.
You gotta
A lot
give
of
it
people are
time.
yeah, a lot of people are impatient and they don't wanna let the dough rise, but you gotta let the dough ferment and
Mm,
rise,
all
and it makes
right.
the pizza, man. I'm a big pizza snob. I always said that a
Yeah.
topping's a topping. A topping is a topping. I can get a topping, and if you want a high fancy pepperoni, I can buy you a fancy, expensive pepperoni, all right, if that's what you're looking for. What makes a pizza is the dough and the sauce. The dough and the sauce is what makes the pizza. Everything else is if you like olives, okay, I can go get some fancy olives and put on there, some
Right.
quality olives. I can get some quality whatever toppings to put on, but the dough and the sauce is what makes the pizza. And there's not very many places around here that none of the fast food chains, none of the big fast food chains makes a pizza worth a damn, in my opinion.
Okay.
They make an edible thing. They make something edible.
Yeah.
They don't make a good piece of pizza. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It makes something that you can consume, but
yeah, yeah.
not pizza. It's not a good
No,
pizza.
the pizza pie. I didn't even
I'm
like
not a.
that pizza that we ate in New York, man. I think we
Hey, that
asked
was
like
from
2 or
like a
3
shop
people.
though.
Yeah, we
Yeah, and they
asked
were
like
like,
2 or
go
3
over this
people, and they're
way,
like,
go
"Go
that
over
way.
here." So we found
Yeah.
that place, and it was a pizza place, and there was some
Yeah.
people in there, and it was a big New York slice of pizza, but
Yeah.
man, that I'm not a big New York pizza fan. I don't like that
Yeah.
slice of pizza. I don't like that. I don't like the Chicago slice of pizza either. Both of them kinda suck.
Deacon throwing it down on all the pizza, the entire cultures that revolve around pizza. Y'all's pizza sucks.
Both of y'all's pizza sucks, man. God, New York's too thin, Chicago's too thick.
Well, I bet none of them give the dough the time to kind of rise like you're talking
No, and
about.
they're in too much of a hurry. And the places that do give the dough enough time to rise, you're paying $20 for a medium pizza.
Right, because you gotta. I mean,
You're paying for
of course
quality.
you are, because if they can't churn out the quality, the amount they need to cover their, yeah, it's a production thing, right?
Mhm.
Maybe,
I
hey, maybe you should do a video. You should do a video about how to actually make a pizza and let it like set for 30 minutes.
I've
And like, you
I have
guys are all
worked in
messing this up.
I have worked in
Eh,
radio and pizza my entire life. I've always had, like, 2 jobs. I've always had, like,
oh
a
yeah,
main radio job, but I've always had a secondary job, and most of the time it's been, like, working at a pizza place doing something, making some food or making or no, I didn't really deliver that much, but I usually would make or be in the kitchen or something like that. I like doing that, being in the
really?
kitchen. Yeah, I love doing that. I love being in the kitchen. It was so
This
fun to me.
this
So
is
I
so
would
good.
love
This is
to yeah.
authority. You can come make a video and be like, I'm I'm a boy from Kentucky, and I'm gonna show you idiots how to make a pizza, and then
Oh,
just like,
no. No, there's too many.
yeah,
I've watched too many people that can really make a pizza. I wouldn't be doing nothing. First, you
hey,
take the
you don't gotta be
ragu
better.
strainer and you
Yeah,
open the ragu and pour it out. You get a spoon, dip it out
yeah,
a little bit.
and you don't gotta be better than everybody. You just gotta be better than New York and Chicago. How hard could that be?
I make a pizza that I like, and my kids like it. So that's the only thing that matters to me.
All right, so regular oven, brick oven.
Oh, if I had a brick oven, I would cook in a brick oven. And
Yeah,
I've
okay.
honestly thought in this new house, I've looked at a couple of places out back, and this is no shit. I've looked at a couple of places out back that I've thought I could put a brick oven right there. make a little brick oven. I've watched the YouTube videos of the people that's created brick ovens,
Yeah,
and built their own, and I'm like, I can do that shit. I could do that.
yeah. Of course you can.
Yeah.
You can make an
I've
oven.
scoped out a couple of places in my backyard, and I'm like, brick oven right there,
Like
right,
like on the back porch, like make
mm,
a
right off the back
outdoor
porch.
back oven.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this is
it'd
a
be
great
awesome.
idea. I like this idea.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Hey, you got to make sure you let me know when you move though, because like the last time you moved, I didn't know. I sent a bunch of stuff to the wrong house.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Brian's here. Good morning, Brian. I see you're here. Thank you for watching on Rumble. I really wasn't sure if anybody would show up. I really wasn't sure if I was going to show up. I woke up. I was like,
I wouldn't
I'm so
either.
tired. I'm so tired. And I'll be traveling this week. And the last time we did this while I was traveling, I guess the little room got too hot or something. I don't know. So I don't know if we'll be making shows all this week, but we'll be back regular schedule like next week for sure. Maybe I'm hoping to do shows this week, but we'll find out. um, uh, 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 Deke, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I did with my kids this weekend.
Okay.
There is something called a light park here in Houston. There's like, I don't know, a half dozen of them throughout Texas.
Okay.
Light park. Yeah, this is like a. Did you guys ever have like a Wet and Wild type thing or a I don't know, like a
Like a
big
water
amusement
park?
park type thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's one about like 2 miles south of my house, and in the winter they close up shop because guess who?
Right.
Nobody likes to ride in icicles, so they have this empty parking lot. So what they do in the winter is they set up throughout the I don't know 2-3 miles of parking lot. If you just drive through it, they set up a light show that you and your family, everybody get. It's per car, and everybody get in your car. You turn your lights off, and you drive through these tunnels of lights, and they're all orchestrated to whatever's playing on the radio station. So they have their own little radio station that broadcasts out of that area.
That's
So
cool.
they're playing Christmas music, and all the lights are like rotating over you, and there's little characters that are singing. Honestly, I mean, that's quite elaborate. So we started our Christmas off on Thursday night with I took the kids to the light park and they thought it was so great. And we got to the very end and they were so happy. And they were like, "Are we done?" And they said, and I said, "Yeah, that was it." And then they screamed. And I
Really?
want to go again. And I was like, "No, we're not going again." That was like $50. We're not going again right
Oh,
now.
jeez. Good.
We'll go again another time.
I
Maybe
gotta
it's like
talk.
$30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Hang on a second.
yeah. So and that was pretty cool. So if you guys have seen a light park around in your area and haven't done it before, it was fun. Uh, they have like a season pass thing where you can go again and again and again. We might do that next year. I don't know, maybe not. But it was a fun, like kind of one time thing because the girls got to like you're driving like no miles an hour, super slow. So I let them unbuckle, and they got to stand in the car and like look out the windows and look at like There was one part where it was like Santa Claus stuff, and there was one part where it was like some Jesus stuff, and there was lots of trees and ornaments and all this kind of things. And then there was one part that was kind of like a tribute to the military. So there was like Air Force, National Guard, Army, all of that. And so through one part of the part show was even patriotic. So that was pretty cool. So that was our kickoff to the holidays. And then the next morning, Friday morning, we got up and we did our little show or whatever. I think we did a show last Friday. And then after the show,
Yeah.
about 10 o'clock, I took the kids ice skating.
Oh,
Now,
cool.
yeah, now I don't ice skate. My wife has been wanting to ice skate for about the last 20 years. And I've always been like, I don't really want to go ice skating. There was even this one time, about probably like 7 years ago, where she was like, I want to go ice skating. They put up an ice rink. And I was like, I hear you. And we'll do that. Or, uh, or we could buy this purse for $300. And if I buy the purse for
Or
$300, I don't ice skate.
you can watch a movie.
Yeah. So I got out of it for like 17, 18, 20 years, whatever it is. I haven't skated since like 2002. But My wife wanted to go, and she wanted to take the kids, and there was just no way it wasn't happening. I had to at least watch the wild one while she tried to get the other one to skate. Well, that was a lot of fun. We put on ice skates, and then my wife was just like just dying to get out on a big ice, but there was a little kiddie ice area, and my little one, my little baby one, she was totally afraid of the ice. She was not having nothing to do with it. She was stomping around on these skates and like afraid to fall down, and after about an hour of like
I'm with her
hobbling.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I feel
I was like, I don't want to do this either, kid.
yeah,
but
I'm with you.
but here we are. So and you think I'm any good? No, I'm a giant 6'2" dude, and I got no center of balance that can do this. So I'm like, at the very least, when I fall, don't fall on my own kids.
Right.
That was my entire goal. Well, I didn't fall down, but
Nice.
I it took at least about an hour to like just get my like so I
Center of
was
gravity,
sure I
so
wasn't going to
sure.
fall on
Yeah.
them, and at the same time that I'm trying to make sure I can like get around, I'm also constantly picking my own kids up from the ice because they'd fall down, and so now I'm on skates trying to pick up this kid who's screaming. And anyway, so we went ice skating, and by the end of the hour or so, we were on the big ice doing loops.
Nice.
And it was kind of fun. So we might go again. But however, I have the same issue I had 20 years ago where the boots don't fit too good, and so I actually ended up getting a big old nasty cut on the side of my leg from the boot. So
It's
anyway,
worth it. That's the pain.
yeah, it
Pain's
was
worth
fun.
it for your wife and your kids.
Yeah, they get something to remember, you know.
Remember we went skating and Dad cut his leg?
That's better than remember when we went skating and Dad fell and slid across the entire ice rink.
Yeah, that's better
I'll
than
get
remember when we went skating and Dad complained the whole time about not wanting to skate.
Nobody walks around on ice. This is Texas. Why are we doing
I
this?
know. That sounds like
This
me.
isn't necessary. Yeah. So let's see what else happened. Obviously, there was like we went to a Christmas party. We had a Christmas party. Kids over at our house. That was fun. We did that on Saturday. Sunday, woke up. The kids did Christmas. They
Yeah.
got Barbies, and the thing I was really concerned about was my because I have two girls, and they're like 4 and 5. And one of the things that I got them that I wasn't sure was Hot Wheels. And you would think like, oh, that's a boy's toy. My oldest daughter is very mechanical engineering,
Yeah,
very
that's
like
awesome.
very yeah. She has these magnet tile things, and she constantly is building castles and hats and structures and all kinds of stuff out of
Awesome.
magnet toys.
Is she the one that
So I
loves the
thought,
dragons and stuff?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
'cause she is a very left brain. She's got a huge imagination. You need to foster
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So
That's
I was like,
awesome.
this. I got her this Hot Wheels car wash thing. It's like 4 feet long. It starts at one end and it washes the car, and then it shoots it through a thing, and then it changes color of the car, and then there's an arm, an octopus arm. So there's a bunch of mechanical stuff happening in it. But I also know that like you can get tracks, and she'll be able to make like circuits and make like things to run them on eventually. I was a little worried because I was like, is this going to be one of those that she gets it and it's fun and then forgets about it? No, 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 no. They were playing with that all weekend. All weekend.
Really?
So that was a big hit. Yes. So they also played with the Barbies, but then here's the thing they do with Barbies and dolls and all that kind of stuff. They take the doll or the Barbie or the plushie or the whatever, and they get like a necklace or a bracelet or anything that's remotely rope like, and they tie it up. Tie, wrap it around with, and I'm constantly like finding toys that are totally like tied up with stuff, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Anyway, it's very frustrating to me. So I found the Barbies like wrapped up and like they were mummified and kind of tossed over to the side, and I'm like, well, at least you're playing with the Hot Wheels. So anyway, so that was pretty much our. And then today, well, yesterday was the day after Christmas. We just played all day, but today we're gonna go and we're gonna start our travels and we're gonna go visit family. I got some of my family's got busted pipes, and they're out there doing plumbing or whatever, and
Mhm.
we're gonna drive up and start the marathon, the Christmas marathon today. It's very
Fun.
tiring.
That
Yeah,
sounds
so
like
that's
so
my
much fun, JJ.
some of it.
No, I'm just teasing.
So you guys stayed home and didn't have to travel very much,
No.
or get to travel very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Why is that not opening? No, because of the snow, we didn't have to travel very much. We normally don't travel very much anyway, but
All right. Did you get anything wonderful and great and anything that stands out on the top of your mind?
no clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got to say, I mean, the kids got a bunch of fun stuff, and that's the main thing that I care about.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, is the kids getting some cool stuff, and and I still have one of my kids that still hasn't opened presents, so I'll get her this week.
Oh.
So yeah, it'll be fun. We had a good time.
Well,
The kids all got what they wanted, but they're not little kids anymore. So we don't have
yeah.
a ton of little bitty things, that
It's
they have.
not. Yeah. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, no. I mean, Alex and Kendra wanted a bass. Alex wanted a guitar. So we got Alex a
Yeah.
Epiphone and Kendra a big bass. I don't remember what kind of bass we got. And got them a stand, and their dad was like, their dad got them amps, you know, so
Ah.
and bag or something for so we kind of coordinated everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Did
yeah,
Did anybody get sound batting for the walls?
Dad. That's what that was in my present.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, so I mean, but my kids are so vastly different that they wanted musical stuff. And my son Deacon is he we got him some musical stuff too. He plays acoustic guitar, and we got him some guitar tablatures and books for Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda, so that he could play the guitar to all the
Oh, that's
Super
awesome.
Mario Brothers stuff. He loved that. But Deacon, we got like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. A big
Oh,
so and that's like Ashley was like, "This is a Christmas present for a kid." I'm like, "Yeah, he's 15, but you got to realize
oh
that
yeah,
he's me." And,
yeah.
and I would love
That
if
makes
somebody gave
that
me
makes
the
a lot of
Hitchhiker's
sense.
if somebody gave me the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, I would be like,
Sure.
"Oh my god, this is awesome!" I would love it. So, and
Yeah,
Deacon did too. He
that's
was like,
great.
"Oh my god, this is great! I love this," because he hadn't read them yet, and he's been wanting to read them.
Um,
So,
those are good. That's some that and it. The thing is, reading the Guide to the Galaxy books
for the first
clues
time,
you into so many like in jokes that are just
yeah,
floating around you, and then you're
yes,
like, I don't know, what do you
and
mean 42? And then
yeah,
eventually, like, oh,
40,
so
42 is how I always find the people around me that have read the Hitchhiker's books, because anytime my kids know this now that this is going to be my
yeah,
answer, I've done it so much. But anytime somebody goes, "I've got a question," I always go 42, and I can tell who's read the books because
yeah.
they'll always look at me and smile or something.
Okay, Deacon's getting the phone. So while he's getting the phone, guys, let's see who else got something great for Christmas. It looks like Kamala got a nice Christmas present. She got a busload of immigrants. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 busloads of immigrants arriving at her house on Christmas Eve. Three buses full of border crossers arrived from Texas to Vice President Kamala's house in Washington D.C. Late on Christmas Eve. Harris, as with other migrants, sent to her residence, did not greet the arrivals. Kamala, these people came from all over the world to visit you at Christmas, and you couldn't even step outside and wave and say hello. It's very disappointing, Kamala. Not only is she not willing to go see them at the border, she's not even willing to see them at the border of her property. That's so disappointing. Amid freezing temperatures, some 130 border crossers arrived on buses to Kamala's residence at the Naval Observatory, sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who's been sending migrant buses to the location for months now. According to reports, the three migrant buses were initially set to arrive in New York City on Christmas Day, but were rerouted as a result of road closures because of freezing weather. Oh my gosh, Kamala, these poor souls were not even able to get to their intended destination, and instead they came to visit you, and you couldn't even bother to wish them a Merry Christmas. That's come on, you could have done so much better than that. Well, thought that was pretty funny. Yep. Okay, people are coming to America. It's good stuff. Let's see what else is going on. It's a it's a Christmas break, so we don't have like a lot of news, but there's a little bit. Did we talk about
I'm here.
Christmas Story last week? I know I had not seen the movie. I have now seen about half of the movie. I got about halfway through, but I wasn't
Oh,
able to
okay.
finish it yet.
What'd you think
But I've seen
so
about
far with half of it?
uh,
It's
so
it, it,
strange. It's so strange. Like and I appreciate the strangeness, but it's very strange. Just the way that they laugh in the movie, where they're like, where their whole body is like laughing. It's very unsettling to watch.
I don't guess I've
To
ever
watch them
noticed the way
to
that
watch them laugh.
I don't guess I've
For,
ever
for
know. I've
one,
seen that movie 1,000 times, and I don't guess I've ever noticed the way that they laugh.
you remember Ralphie's little brother? It doesn't want to eat the food.
The
It
mashed
doesn't want to eat the
potatoes.
meal at all. Right? Yeah. And then
The mom
like
does the little
the
piggy thing. Yeah.
yeah. And then she gets him to, and he starts like laughing. Well, there's other times in the movie where the kids are laughing or somebody's laughing, and they're just like, their entire body is, and I'm just like, this is so artificial, but it is
But that's
charming, but it
also
is
I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to offer something. Um, that's something that they do in plays like that, and that was specifically taught
yeah,
to
dude.
me. You
Yeah, that's probably
you
what
know,
that
you
is.
kind of got to act a little more while you're on the stage because that was
Yeah,
specifically told to me when I was having to react to. The director was like when Scrooge tells Bob Cratchit at the end that he's going to give him a raise. You know, instead of
right.
firing him for coming in late, he's going to give him a raise. And I was like, I gave my reaction like, and he's like,
Right,
no, I need so much that you think that you're going so overboard that you
right.
think it's ridiculous how crazy
Yeah,
you're acting like,
yeah.
you
Because you
know?
got to telegraph that
Yeah.
80 feet out to the audience.
So
You
that
can't be
might be the little,
subtle.
the
Yeah, right,
I'm not even laughing. I'm just
right. Yeah, right.
we
Yeah,
were
you
having
got
to
to.
tell one of those little girls because she has a scene where she was having to cry, where she was supposed to act like she was crying, and we were telling her, we was like, just laugh into your hand. Just
Oh, okay. That
and
was
that
the
I was like
trick,
that
and
it
it just
looks
looked
like you're
like
crying.
crying.
So they
Well,
might have
uh,
been doing that in the movie, but how did you like the movie? I mean, he's telling the story of when he was younger and
I
the
haven't now.
Christmas
I
and
haven't. I haven't got all the way through it. I have seen the parts that I had seen before, where I saw him unpack the leg. It was pretty
okay.
funny that was just. Uh,
Fragile must be Italian.
yeah,
I mean that
it was
that
pretty.
line is great. I love that one. And
I
have
thought
you
the most funny part was how utterly embarrassing that was to his wife, and yet she couldn't really tell him
she
like
couldn't really
this
do
is,
anything.
and he was just so excited about a lamp, and
So have you got to
so
Christmas Day yet?
I don't think so. No,
Okay. All right.
and I haven't got to the. I know there's a like Chinese dinner or something like that. I haven't
Okay,
got to
I'm
that,
not gonna say
but
anything else. You need to
yeah,
finish it because it's great.
I have gotten through the light pole. You know, the parts that I remembered were the lamp and the light pole. So,
Where he sticks his tongue
I
to the pole.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
so I haven't seen it all yet, but I have seen
Have you
about
got to
half.
Oh
I'd say about half.
Fudge yet? Oh Fudge? You'd
I
know
don't
the Oh
remember.
Fudge part where the
Yeah, okay,
dad's
I guess
changing the tire.
I guess. Oh, I guess not. No, I guess not.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
part.
wait, no, down in the basement, right? And he's it's something to do with the.
No, the
No, it's
dad's
different.
changing a
Okay, all right.
tire, and Ralphie says, "Oh fudge."
Oh, yeah, no, I did see that. I did see that. I did see that. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through. So the reason why I bring it up is if you wanted to own the house from A Christmas Story, you can
Really?
buy the house from A Christmas Story.
Now there's a new Christmas story that just came out this year, and I think it's on Prime, and it's like
No, it's HBO.
Ralphie.
It's on HBO.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's Ralphie telling their story or whatnot, and I'd like to see that. I've got a
Well,
hacker
that's the
movie I'm sure he's got it
that
on.
was my motivation for even watching A Christmas Story in the first place, and I only got halfway through. But I know that the Christmas Story Christmas is available on HBO, and it has the same Peter Billingsley, Philip
Peter
Billingsley,
Billingsley. Yeah,
Peter
that was the
Billingsley.
kid, Ralphie.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
So he's reprising his role. So my intention was to watch A Christmas Story Christmas after watching A Christmas Story. So I haven't.
Man,
Anyway, well, we're
okay.
gonna get there. But the Ralphie Parker house from A Christmas Story is available in Cleveland. You can purchase this house.
Hmm.
It was originally sold. Well, I say originally. It was sold back in like 2004 for like $150,000. So now I don't know how much it is expected to sell for, but I wouldn't. I would expect it to be more than 150,000. But it's
It,
currently at
it
3159.
it probably won't be much more than 150,000, I'm telling you. From that's house the house prices in our area in Cleveland is not and still technically my area. It might be 250, you
Yeah.
know, and you're paying for Christmas Story label Ralphie's house is what you're mainly probably paying for. Because I'm sure a lot of the house that you saw in the movie was a set.
Oh,
And it's not
I'm sure.
it's
It's just
not
the
the layout.
exterior,
Yeah, it's just the exterior. The interior
right?
of the house is not gonna be the same as what it
Uh,
was.
the it says here 20% of the original movie was shot there. It was a passion project for this fella Jones that bought it back then and has owned it for 2 decades. When he heard of the house was up for sale on eBay in 2004, he bought it unseen for 150,000. At the time, the former
Yeah,
Navy intelligence
unseen.
officer living in San Diego was running a business and making and selling novelty leg lamps like the iconic one in the movie, and he had sold about 1,800 of them. It seemed like a meant to be thing for him to buy this thing, and initially he didn't know what he would do with it. What he describes as a beat down rental property. Ultimately, he also bought other properties on the street and turned it into a 1.3-acre campus and a tourist attraction. It's like the Christmas Story Museum. So uh, that's
That
pretty
was
cool. That you,
that was Peter Billingsley up there in that picture.
yeah, yeah. That's just
Oh,
that's the trailer for the Christmas Story sequel.
oh,
Christmas Story sequel. Yeah. So they're padding it. They only got so many images in here. So there's the lamp, the embarrassment lamp. Anyway, so if you got a couple hundred grand, you could probably own a piece of Hollywood history.
is it really that important
Not to me.
to own?
Not to me. You could be like, you can own the Millennium Falcon, and I'd be like,
Eh,
nah,
okay.
I don't really got room for that.
The Batmobile is for sale? That's
uh,
cool. Yes.
I mean, think about that. Like, there's people that have taken that opportunity, bought the
Mhm.
Batmobile, or bought and restored the Batmobile, and I'm like, that seems cool to your 11-year-old self, but when you need to go get groceries, that's what you're driving. You look like a fool. So I hear my kids. Um, let's see. Let's cover this real quick. In a giant, shocking surprise to absolutely no one, Twitter Files Issue 9 has revealed that the CIA, the State Department, and the Pentagon were also involved in manipulating the public. In the latest installment of the Twitter Files, revealed that the FBI acted as a doorman for this social media giant to other government agencies, including the CIA, State Department, and Pentagon. Twitter had so much contact with so many agencies that executives lost track of who they were talking to. Is today the DOD and tomorrow the FBI? Is it a weekly call? Is it the monthly call? And they didn't really know. The files show the FBI basically not only were they a puppet telling FBI who to censor and whatnot, they were ushering in other intelligence agencies to just completely take over this thing. So Twitter was kind of like a there's these parasites that get inside of like a bug and then they drive the bug around. They kill the bug and then they drive it around like a tank. There's these. Have you ever seen these things?
No.
And that's basically what Twitter was. Now these things are cool. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But there's just some sort of a parasite. I think it's like a worm, and it gets into like a beetle, and it completely eats up the inside of the beetle, and then it just drives it around as though the beetle is alive.
The zombie parasite that turns
Yeah,
all of them zombies? Yeah. Ow. Fuck. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So anyway, that's it's a fungus. It's a fungus, and it drives around ants.
Yeah, ants are the main ones. Yeah. I've seen some
Yeah.
crazy stuff, man. Yeah, I've seen that many
Well,
times. I can't remember what it's
I'll
called.
find it. Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe another time we'll talk about that. Okay. There was in addition. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to say about the winter storm. I mean, about the Twitter. It surprised nobody, but FBI, CIA, everybody's all up in your tweets. Um, and of course, over the last couple days, we had the bomb cyclone. Now, this is an older story. I think the number is higher than this now, but the bomb cyclone that swept across the U.S. Left thousands and thousands of people without power, like many people without power, in the cold, no heat, no power, and I think the currently something like 34 people nationwide have died either of cold or car wrecks, related to the cold.
They were saying some people
So,
up in Buffalo were have froze to death outside and froze to death in their car. They were
oh my
stuck.
God.
Yeah, I mean, phew.
They were trying to go somewhere, or did they go out to the car trying to get warm and then froze
No,
out
I don't
there?
know. I don't know.
Oh,
I was
wow,
just reading
that's
that
awful.
news story last night, and they were saying in Buffalo they were finding some dead bodies in cars and outside in snowbanks. I guess where were outside and they got caught in a snowbank or fell in a
Oh
snowbank,
wow,
got pushed in a snow. I don't know.
that's
That,
terrible.
yeah, it is. It's terrible. I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that. There was at the same time that this was going on, there were which is people lose power, they can't heat their homes, or they lose access to fuel and uh, just a second, my dog's going outside.
Yeah, we had to. We brought our outside cats inside.
My dog, our dog that we have now, is such a princess, and by such a princess I mean, uh, she insists that she be escorted outside. She will not go outside and go party unless you go out there and go out and watch her. She's not interested in being in the cold, but on top of that, like she will just sit there and wait for you to come out and watch me pee.
My
So
dogs, my dogs were not liking the cold, and it was getting to their paws. The pads on their
ah
paws on their feet, because when they were coming back in, they were limping, and I was like, "Why is little buddy limping?" And it hit me all of a sudden. I'm like, "Oh my god, their feet are freezing. They've been out there in that." So
they're not
when they
used to it.
yeah, when they come in, I've been having them jump up on the couch, and I'll rub their feet and warm up their feet.
Mm,
Feel sorry
okay.
for my buddies.
So I think we're pretty caught up. Well, I mean, we're not really caught up, but that's kind of like the high notes. Unless you got anything else you wanted to mention this morning. There's nothing. There's nothing like media wise. There's no comics or movies or anything like that I know of.
Did you
Other
see?
than Black Adam is bombed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I guess Avatar did too.
That's not doing too good. Oh, let
Yeah.
me check the numbers on that. But did I see what?
Did you see what I posted in the little Snap chat? It's not Snapchat, but it's our chat
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
game Snap.
About the Snap game.
Did you see did you see that? Are you looking at it with
Oh,
your face? Look at
no
that.
way. Are you
They're not
seriously?
cards in the game, but he he beta tested that game. So basically, it was a tweet telling the folks at home. It was a tweet by one of the Contest of Champions lead designers. Used to be the lead designer for the Contest of Champions, named Gabriel Frazera. And Gabe was on our show a couple of times on the podcast, and we were friends with him. And he's a pretty interesting nerd, pretty interesting
Wow.
geek. And
Interesting.
and so he beta tested Marvel Snap and loved it when they were, I guess, getting folks to test it. And he made some cards for Snap out of his created characters for Marvel Contest of Champions, Guillotine, Morningstar, and
Right.
Aegon. And then he even made, if you look through the comments, he even made a secondary Guillotine based on Cat Murdoch's little chibi
Ah,
guillotine. And so he
here's
said he
here's
yeah, there it is. He said he presented it to Marvel Contest of or a Marvel Snap, and so maybe they'll use it, maybe not.
how interesting. I kind of, for me, this is like the game that is like take over
Yeah, yeah,
for
I love this
contests.
game.
Like, yeah, this is so fun. I just
You're
because you
higher
can
than
sit
me, but
down.
I'm almost 1,000, so I'm almost to where I've
Oh,
got my own little title.
yeah, yeah. I think at around
1,006.
1006, you get start to unlock titles and stuff, and those, I don't know what the heck the shard things are. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's great because you can sit down and you can play for 5 minutes, or you can play for like 30 minutes. If you're just killing time. And
See, and these cards are nice because see that one punch the location to the right, adding +3 energy to it per whatever. Go back to the
yeah,
Morning Star and the Guillotine. They both provide two souls with +2 power in other locations.
okay,
So they're taking up other locations thing. That's why I don't use that Squirrel Girl card because
yeah,
and I hate the location where it puts the two raptors out because it's just I'm like, that's just carnage fodder for me.
yeah,
That's all it
right.
is.
I sometimes armor that up so that they can't eat them, and
Yeah.
also they're stuck with the mine.
They're stuck with it.
Yeah. So yeah.
I
No,
thought you'd like
this
that.
is a great
I
game.
was
It's pretty. I mean, I'm a little bit shocked, and there's the one where he made that's in the Cat
yeah.
Murdoch style. I'm a little bit shocked, but I'm not surprised totally. But how? And there's Cat right there, saying how cute it is. So yeah, so we've got some ties between contest and Snap. That's interesting.
Mhm, mhm.
Interesting if you've ever played contest, which most of the people that are watching currently have played before. So,
I think so.
um, all right. Well, my family is awake and descending the stairs, so it's time for me to make breakfast, pack the car, and start our Christmas vacation, lampoon style. So,
Holiday Road. Can't sing too
Lily,
much
do you
after
want
I
to
get through.
say hi to Uncle Deacon? I'm not getting. I don't know where your press-on nails are. Oh, my daughter's favorite gift is press-on nails.
Sweet. I
My
love those
my
too.
youngest daughter.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I don't know where they went. So we'll try to be back tomorrow. However, if you don't see the show, we'll definitely be back next week. But I'm
That's right.
working on it. We'll try. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We do appreciate you showing up and hanging out. And leave a comment below of your favorite Christmas stories that you had this year, and we'll try to talk about them. We'd love to talk about them. All right.
Tell us
Merry
in the Discord
Christmas.
server.
Yeah. Feliz Navidad. And we'll see you guys later. I've lost the outro button. I don't know where it is. I found it. Bye.